Oh, hi, Unite. I'm just fucking around. Well, I'm not. I'm walking around in the dark, right? But, yeah. I feel like if I don't come outside and use up some of my energy, I'm just bouncing off the walls, right? Just watching more and more news. Starting to wonder how long it will take. You know, how long does it take someone to morph into full troll? Where they're just so upset by everything. Look at me judging people as if I'm not a fucking lunatic. Yeah. But yeah, I was just sat at home and then I was starting to wonder, like, when you're young and your parents say to you, only boring people get bored. And then I thought, oh no, I might be one of them boring people. Like, yeah. My phone's too full to make any, like, videos anymore. So I have to do something about that, right? But then, like, working class Patriot, he makes videos every single day, so much news. And I find it hard to just make one video, right? And then, yeah, Google want like £17 off me to give me more storage space. That's not fucking happening. I know. At what point do we lose everything, right? Like, we've put everything online. If we don't start printing off pictures, at what point will we never get to see the pictures? Mm-hmm. Don't kick it off. Well, good luck to whoever that was. One time, years and years ago, then I was leaving my house and I could see the fire brigade across the street at my friend's house, right? Like, windows open, sirens going, the lot. And I thought, oh my goodness, what course you're on the school run, right? So I'm picking my kid up and then I say to my friend's kid, you just come chill with me. Like, you know, thinking like, oh, his mother's going to be late, our house is on fire. So his mum walks into the playground. And then I say to her, like, oh, I hope the damage wasn't too bad. And she says to me, what damage? And I says, your house was on fire 20 minutes ago. She was in Asda, she didn't even know. That's kind of mental. Yeah. Hello, Joe. I know a lot of people called Joe. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, I find that my algorithm on YouTube is kind of broken, right? Like, I can't really talk to anyone properly anymore because it doesn't tell me that people like reply to my comments and stuff. Either that or it tells you like 3 weeks later. There's some channels I watch all the time and it just doesn't tell me that they've posted videos. That's kind of crazy. So yeah, I'd like to know who's paying the boss on YouTube, right? Like, whose team they're on, because I don't think they're on our side anyway, not the peasant side. Yeah. What the fuck is that? Can you see the alien coming to the park? So paranoid. Everybody's so fucking paranoid. Like, what is that? Is it the police? Is it the young team? Is it an alien? As long as it's not coming in my direction, right? It's weird to think children would play in a park in the dark. We're going to go back this way. Oh, was that today? What do you mean very poor? Like a very poor turnout? Or just people's general attitudes, right? Because it's a difficult thing, right? I think, I don't want to say especially in Scotland, right? Because we're all in the same boat. But it's like too many people want to turn up just for the banter, just for the chaos, just for the fucking... It's like a day out, you know? And it's not really a day out, right? It's like little kids aren't even going to get half of what we had, and somehow they should all have more than. It's strange. I see lots of protests, and I don't know, sometimes I expect a bigger turnout, right? But then, I mean, look how many people are all around here, right? Like, half of them aren't on our side, and then the half that are on our side aren't really fucking aware of what's happening, right? Like, I don't know. Like, say one of my neighbours, for instance, he talks about like, oh yeah, the immigrants, blah blah blah, state of the country, and then he allows his son, who is a grown adult, right, not a fucking teenager, to order deliveries every day. So, you know, every day a boatman's coming to your door anyway, which is a bit mental. And then, I don't know, how many people are sick of feeling like a conspiracy theorist, right? As if you're saying something that's so crazy. I always talk about toothpaste, right? I'll say it over and over again. The same man owns all of the toothpaste. So even when you think you're buying some sort of a special herbal blah 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 toothpaste, it's not, right? It's all the same poison. That's a shame for Edinburgh. I've not been there in a few years, but yeah. I think it's going to be the small towns that fight the hardest for this shit. Like, I think when people say, oh, this city, that city, da da da, I don't think they are going to have as much fight in them as small towns that have been living poor, right? And people who are really like, they've already been struggling and they've no intention of struggling any further. They've no intention of watching their kids struggle, you know? Like, people are starting to realise they're not going to get any money. It came up with Dumfries. Yeah. Since all of this has happened, it makes me wish that I had learned to drive, right? If, I don't know, Amelia or that, if you are young, you know, learning to drive is honestly one of the best things you could do for yourself, eh? Because now I'm in a position that I can't really, like, I can't go anywhere. It's alright, it's not scary in the dark. The worst thing that's happened is you hear me shout at someone like, I'm their mum that caught them stealing a cookie. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not scared, right? Because God looks after me. And God knows that I'm going home. Yeah. I believe that all the time. I don't think God's into letting me just get taken out in a dirty old park. That's not how I go, right? Like, yeah. But yeah, it's a shame to not see more people get to places. And I don't know. Can you hear that? Going all quiet as if like, can you hear that animal making a noise in the dark? Bats and rabbits, and I'm not sure how late the squirrels stay up. Yeah. It's crazy to think though, right? Like, I'm not worried about being in the dark, but I do know that it's no longer safe for people to be in the dark. Like, I wouldn't say it was okay for a teenager to walk through this place in the dark. I've seen a few weeks ago, then when you're at the gate, right, there's a man and he was dressed head to toe in black, and me and my friend were leaving the park, but as we left he like turned his back so that we couldn't see his face, and it made me feel like I was being a very irresponsible citizen for not hog-tying that man, because everything about him told me that he had no good intentions, right? Like, I know you can't really see, but you know, there's no reason for me to really be here. But why would a grown man have to be in this area at night time? So sometimes it's good to just walk through, you know. You have to get a vibe for the own place you live in. I can't decide like how dangerous, I don't know, like how dangerous is Dumfries, right? Like, because in my head Dumfries is just like a wee out the way, it's so chill, da da da. But even I know that's not true, right? Because we all have crackheads now. Yeah. I mean, I do wish my camera was better so you could at least see better, right? But I don't know. Yeah. Logan's behind me. I don't know who Logan is. I can only assume that's Wolverine, and if you mean Wolverine and then you say Hugh Jackman, that guy's like in a cult. I was watching a whole thing about it yesterday. Hugh Jackman is one of the bad guys, right? Like, he's on the list. Yep. The lady who played Macaulay Culkin's mum wasn't on the list, so that was kind of nice. Yeah. So she wasn't, John Candy wasn't. Then Chuck Norris died. And then some kid that played an actor in Buffy died. I forgot his name now, but he was like 54. Yeah. Do you all think we're going to end up with fights in the summertime? Or do you think we'll just wake up one day and we'll be like Dorothy and it was just all a fucking really bad dream? Like, sometimes I secretly hope that I'm just crazy and losing my mind, and yous are all perfectly fine out there, just living life. You know, just in your garden, getting ready for summer and that. But yeah. I don't know. I went to buy food today, and as much as I hate buying food, right, and I think like it's so expensive. I really can't imagine what it really is like for some people, right? Because some people have a lot more overheads than I do. You know, if you think of like an average family, that's like a couple of cars worth in car insurance and your mortgage and that, you know. But I have to feed 2 people, right? Like, that's it. I just have to feed 2 people, and I find that too much. So I feel really bad when I think about other people, right? Yeah, Clive, that's what I did. I stocked up on tins. I got some tins of beans, dried lentils. I got some extra bars of soap, because germs are what get you, right? Especially when you start to get like malnourished and cold and shit like this. Then, yeah. One of my most favourite like poverty meals is rice with corned beef and mushy peas. And you could feed your whole family that for like £5, right? And you're good. It's delicious. Yeah. But yeah, there's random things you should have, right? Like soap. You should always have like candles. We're also used to using the torch on our phone, right? That at a certain point, are people even going to know to like, oh, you should have like a real life torch with some batteries? I don't know. Yeah, corned beef, man. Corned beef, mushy peas, and rice. Sometimes a wee bit of tomato sauce. Yeah. Yeah, you know what, like, everybody's gonna have to start thinking about making sure you've got something. Like, how many weeks worth of food can you keep stored in a cupboard? Strobe light. See, in this park, right, I swear, like, somewhere across this city just sells light up stuff for dogs. So then you just, like, people have torches, their dogs glow in the dark. I don't know. I even feel like the light I'm giving off already is too much, right? I mean, I do have a light jacket on, so it's not like I can disappear into the darkness, but yeah. But yeah, like, all these people out there, right? And then, see in my city, if you, like, the furthest lights that you can see, and like across this way, like, a way back, that's where it's like the United Nations part of the city, right? Where away down there, it's not actually safe for me to go anyway. And not alone. And that was like a little while ago I got told that, right? Not even like, oh, the boatmen got here. It was already like that. So yeah, I really wonder what's going to happen, right? I live in a city where the number of rapes has went up so much that, like, they don't even want to tell us anymore, right? But I do know as a girl, right, that I have never came across another woman, right? I'm not a girl, I'm a woman, so that's weird of me to say that, right? I'm a grown fucking adult, I'm not a little girl. Anyway, I don't know one single woman that hasn't been touched inappropriately or whatever at some point in their life, right? All different degrees. Makes me wonder how much it happens to men, because I've seen that too, right? Like, I've worked in restaurants and like old ladies will pinch a waiter's bum and shit like this. I want all that stuff to go away. I want all that hyper-sexualised part of the world to go away. There's a big like semi-nude meerkat advert at the bottom of my street, and it's hideous, right? Yeah, people in the country should start building a wall around themselves. Like, people in the country should start making sure that, like, nah, you're not welcome here. Like, no outsiders at all. Yeah, see, Clive, like, us women like to pretend like we're just so gentile and fragile and feminine and stuff, and I don't believe that we are anymore. I can talk like a trucker, right, and swear, and I can go in the bookies and scratch my ass, and I don't know. I don't do these things, but I can, and I think we all just need to stop thinking we can do what the fuck we want. Yeah. You know, I watch a podcast every morning time, right? It's called The Off Topic Show. And see, sometimes it's only because that guy says stop being a loser that I'm actually like, right, I'll get up, I'll do my uni work, you know? I'll be productive. Yeah. The amount of degenerate people you can see now is horrifying. I don't know if any of you partake in that, right? But you could swipe this screen and the next person could be something that gives you nightmares. It's hard to tell, right? Is it a glimpse into this is the way the world is, or is it just the algorithm wants us to see these crazy people to make us start being like, right, well, you know, I'm not smoking meth, I'm only dropping litter. Like, yeah, everything's like to a degree, right? I didn't do this, I only did that, it's fine. I don't know. Like, I keep going back to the thing with the dogs, right? There are some things that I keep repeating. But when it comes to the fight with dogs, right? And soon it's going to be that you can't take your dog into a park off a leash. But it's not just Muslim people that are voting against that, right? There's going to be millions of people that you're like, yeah, but you're Scottish, you're English, like, why are you voting against it? And they're like, because I don't like your dog, I don't like your dog's attitude, I don't like the fact that I have to stand in dog shit all the time. There's going to be so many people that are like, fuck you and your dog, you know? So yeah, I think that dog owners are being really silly and not actually making sure all the dogs are behaving accordingly, right, for wherever you live, because it's the bad ones that are going to make the rules swing the wrong way. Hey 11, how are you? That's funny, the Dutch show up and I'm passing the red light district. It's weird that someone has a red light like that, right? And that's how antisocial we are, because see if that was my neighbour, I'd have chapped their door and said, do you know what a red light bulb means? How many randoms just stand out here wondering? Is this the Doherty chap? That's insane, right? Like, I have told a girl before, do you know, you have to change that. That's a weird thing to have. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I just know too much. Sometimes I go to say stuff and then I'm like, oh, don't sully everyone else's mind, right? Like, don't put the darkness in their head. Like, all the things I know about Hollywood, the Epstein files, the Fabians, the Masonics, like, I know so much stuff that I could draw like a little crazy map and be like, this is all the same thing, right? Like, in my head, it's just all the same thing. What's happening to us is happening to everyone in the world, right? They want to make us the same. Vandalproof paint. Yeah, you have to focus, right? Like, every day I see this guy called Timmy the Ticket, and he's like really a big guy, and then he lives in Vegas, and all he does, like, he just walks on the treadmill, and he's like, you can fucking do it, right? Because even if, I don't know, right, see, I'm like, here, see this pitch blackness over here. So there's a place here, right, in this darkness I go and I'll like feed the squirrels and I feed the little birds. And when I go, I always take the rubbish away. I've never left the rubbish there, right, but I'll still take it away. And I know other people come here and do the same thing. There's a lady comes every, like, so often, and then I'll see her like just cleaning out the pond, right? And you see people looking at her like, the fuck is that old lady doing? And she doesn't care, because it means more to her to do the right thing than it does to like be embarrassed by people being like, oh, look at you caring, right? How uncool. I think that we're all about to find that giving a fuck is actually cool, right? Like, I fucking care. I will scream that in someone's face. Like, I fucking care. Yeah. So I think that started to come back, right? Where we're all fed up with people just being loud, rude, destructive, disrespectful. I think people are ready to say, fuck you, act right. Yeah. And I encourage that, right? Like, if I seen someone, I don't know, say you're on a bus and then someone is saying to someone like, get your phone off loudspeaker, I'm totally going to agree with the person saying you need to shut that, hang up. I don't know. I was fighting on a bus because a lady was shouting at the bus driver, but she was wrong for what she was saying to him, right? And then like the sun's out for the first time in 8 months and she's trying to be like, meh. So I will tell that lady, right, like, you need to shut the fuck up, you're disturbing the world. So I hope more of you do that stuff, right? I mean, obviously depending on which demographic you're speaking to, because sometimes you're going to have to make sure there's a weapon and some backup and stuff. Like, Working Class Patriot put up a video and then is in Birmingham, and then this kid's got a freaking zombie knife, and it's so good to see a bunch of people go and like jump in and try and stop the fight, but that kid still got away, right? Like, the way the police, like, their attitude about it is just not, oh hey, these guys are going to save my life. That is very true, Clive. Age changes how much you're willing to participate in this, like, nonsense, right? Like, how much you're willing to care about what you're wearing because it's not cool, it's not the right shoes. Even now, right, like, the whole world is fucking obsessed with hats. this hat and that hat represent, meh, you know? It's so dumb. So dumb. Like, is a hat? Is it raining? Is it wintertime? Put a fucking hat on, right? Like, yeah. And why anyone thinks that people have money to spend like £40 on a hat because some guy wants you to vote for him is a bit mental. I don't know. I'm not in about it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure as a, like, Britain as a nation has spent millions of pounds on taxpayers' money. Certainly in Scotland anyway, they've done it to say, be respectful on a bus, don't put your feet on the seat, don't play music. I'm not imagining it, right? Like, it does exist. So, I don't know, are we supposed to have that the same way we've got the rest of the system where all the rules are written in 5 million languages? Yeah, everybody has to be a bit weird, right? Like, and just do your own little thing. Because, I don't know, it'd be boring, right, if we're all the same. Like, everyone always says that, but that's what they want us to be, right? All the same people in the same little jumpsuit. And then they'll start destroying music and art and things like this. Oh, wee lordy. Scotland. Yeah, W Scotland. Scotland's an incredible country, right? But it's struggling right now. AI said that my city's already spent enough money for the next 3 years. And that, yeah, like, if the computer's telling you and you're not even talking about every single subject, right? Like, we weren't even talking about education yet and this sort of stuff. And they were just like, it's gone, you're skint, there's nothing left. If there's nothing left now, then what is there going to be? Oh, yeah, I live in, what's your favourite colour? I live in a place where I'm a girl, right? I'm a girl. I have a bunch of dresses, and then sometimes I'll wear a green dress, and people are like, "Oh, you like Celtic," and then I wear a blue dress, and they're like, "Oh, you like Rangers." Like, I'm a fucking girl. I'm wearing a dress. Like, I live in a place where people don't drink milk because it's got the wrong colour of lid on it, and people are still so set on that, right? Even though we're all about to starve. I don't know. Do you think we'll be worried about that in the trenches? Yeah. Yeah, like, you have to have the right football team colour. You're going to have, like, you know, we're all going to be in a trench, and then it's like, oh, you have Rupert's hat, you can't be in here. Oh, you have Ben's hat, you can't be in here. Like, yeah, I don't know. Everybody just has to be able to trust one person, right? And unless it's like some crazy lefty guy, then can't hold it against people. What would I do if someone was chasing me? I mean, right, see if someone was behind me being creepy right now, I would turn around and look at them, and then I would engage with them and be like, hello. And then, because we'd all be so surprised at how much someone with serial killer eyes was like, she's a delight, I'll let that one live. Because that's all that's going to happen to me, right? Like, I don't not show myself to people because I think people are going to be like, what's that? I think it's going to, because people are going to be like, she's adorable. Yeah. But yeah, library massive and that, you know. I've got monkey nuts in my pocket. You'd be amazed at how terrified someone would be if you just started throwing like random monkey nuts at them and stuff. Or the fact that the voice I'm using now, right? I'm happy, I'm friendly, but see if I was to talk like I was in a bad fucking mood, you would know, even if you don't talk the same fucking language, you would understand that I am not fucking happy right now. I just realised that I should have gave a headphone warning before I did that. Apologies. But that's like a little glimpse of it, right? I was on a bus in Belgium and I shouted at some people because the way they were behaving was unhinged. And everyone understood me. Even a lady who said to me, "Well done" in French, knew what I said in Scottish. Yeah. Yeah, it's like 0 to aggression. And people will see it soon, right? Like, there's a preacher in Glasgow and he's just preaching in the city. And then these two Muslim guys come up and start arguing with him. And in the whole confrontation, you know, the bit that I seen, it was 3 different women that came and said to these men, you know, get to fuck. So, yeah, I think that people will be surprised when they see videos of Glasgow of how many times a woman is willing to join the battle and accept. Yeah. Oh yeah, Livin, see when I was shouting at the guy, I shouted in Scottish and then I said to him, "Do you want me to repeat that in Dutch?" And then they all just sat down and never said anything again. The whole top deck of that bus felt it. But that's the only reason I would travel alone, right? Is because I know that that's a weapon in itself. Yeah. Just fucking get to fuck. Yeah. It's I don't know. It's like a language within a language, right? It's like a little warning sign for you. And then it's to the death, right? I don't know. How did your mothers discipline you? I know how to take my shoe off. You know? I have like what would you call them? I like Birkenstocks on, right? But they're like cloggish. And honestly, I could take that thing off without breaking eye contact and then just start slapping whatever bare skin you have available for me, right? Man, he could throw a hairbrush at you. It was almost as if she had an ever-ending collection of them down the side of the couch. But yeah, if you were cheeky to her, you're getting a hairbrush or a remote just whoosh, across the room at your dome. I've got my foot stuck in a boot and I can't get it out. Yeah. Yeah, like, no one ever wants to be in a fight, right? But you can't be in a fight and then not be to the death. I don't know. I think we all have to sort of decide that now, right? Like, when you're trying to say train a dog or raise a kid, or, you know, people always tell you like you have to pick your battles. And I think now, right, like we have to pick. What? Fuck you, Carol. Fuck you. No one else can even see your comment, but fuck you. Fucking. Yeah. Oh yeah, I was going to Krav Maga for a little while, right? And then, I don't know. I feel like I have to get told to be more serious about it. I don't know. I think too much of me believes, like, but why would anyone hurt me, right? I'm not doing anything to anyone. Yeah, that's it, right? Like, I mean, look at that Fred guy today, right? He's like a trained fighter. But being a trained fighter, still, there's only so much you can do when you've got 10 fucking lunatics. You know, it's not like you have another trained fighter coming at you. You actually just have like scatty flailing coming at you. It's like a different thing, right? So no one on here tell anyone, right? But honestly, see a pinch, that's like a secret move, right, for girls. Because even if a man has got us all wrapped up and stuff, we just need a tiny bit of skin and a good decent pinch, you know, and you're forced to kind of move a little. At least gives you a little chance. But I knew since my kid was little, right, so like there's an entire gym in my home. You could exercise all day if you wanted. And then, yeah, anyway, so then I learned that my kid actually is like so much faster than I am. And that he could do more than I can. That's kind of nuts, right? Yeah. See? Notice how they were like, who the fuck is that in the park in the dark? What's this spooky bitch doing out here? But yep. I think I definitely know, right? Like when they say men are stronger than women, like that's like a real thing, right? Like I climb up ladders and do DIY, and these past few weeks I've been like laying floors and all sorts of madness, right? And I know that it does take me longer and it is harder for me than it is even for a teenager. Yeah. But different things men and women go through as well, right? Like I don't know. Like when you're a woman, and certainly when you're a girl, right, before you've even experienced enough life to be like, right, I can see this situation. When you have a man between you and the door, like, I don't know, that's fucked, right? Because you know that you're gonna have to get an eyeball. Yeah, see the fact that that little guy's still on the run, that's insane, right? The fact that like all these little, oh, we come up with so many names, right? Years ago I used to call them halalis. The halalis, the boatmen, the, you know, But it's not cool, right? Like, and it's stories all over the world where people are like, oh, this violent person carried out a violent act. They have a history of like carrying out violent acts towards unsuspecting members of the public. And they're like, up the road, on you go. You know, that's insane. Yeah. And we're not allowed to just kick judges out, right? Like, we have no power over that shit. We can't all collectively say, like, this guy's clearly for retirement because he's letting criminals walk about the street. But then, how good is facial recognition going to be when someone doesn't belong in the country in the first place, right? Where they've not been tracked. And they're going to track them on entry, the same as they give them like new teeth and shit. Yeah. So, you're saying that, right, 404, what you said about hiding in a mosque. So then, do you guys remember at New Year, there was a bunch of kids did a live stream outside Parliament and they had like guns and then it was like a toy gun and all that sort of stuff? Or like a 3D printed gun? So at first people thought like, oh, that's like a green screen, you know, like that has to be pretend. Surely no one would be that stupid, right? Like, I think we're past that fucking line. I think we passed that like last year. Surely people wouldn't be that stupid. Anyway, so then one of those kids, right, before the story was even getting clipped and put on YouTube, one of those kids was already live streaming that he was in Dubai and he was sitting in a hotel room that someone else had paid for and he was live streaming, and the way that kid was talking was disgusting, right? Like the way he was talking about women, Britain, the law, everything, just horrible little cunt. And then he had people telling him, you can come and stay in my house and you can come and hide out in Pakistan. And I don't know, sometimes I wish I was better with technology, right? Because then I could have made a video and then said like, oh look, here's my proof on this shit. But it's right, eh? So yeah, stuff like that happening, right? Where someone can just be outside with a knife and it's cool, up the road you go. That's a bit batshit. Hello Dundee. Hello Dundee, Brian. I'm sure that's where the Duncans come from, right? Is Dundee. Someone was telling me that. Yeah, who controls the cameras, right? And the way facial recognition is going to work, so there's supermarkets like Sainsbury's, Asda, like they are Muslim people, right? Like they're not for us. And you can even see it, right? Like, see if you just go and look at the way they sell chicken in Asda, that's a 2-tier system. Like halal chicken, I don't know, right? I'm not even getting into that now, right? But there's fucked up shit with chicken. But these shops are owned by people who aren't for us, right? Like, they have different people and different culture and all that sort of thing where they're going to put that before us. So at a certain point, right, like, these shops aren't going to exist the way that we think they are. And yeah. I was listening to a guy and he said once you let it go digital, then that's when the corporations have complete control, right? And then that's when the robots come. Like, we cannot let our money become digital because then there's no cash, right? And then that's when the subscriptions are, you better do shit for the subscription. Like, your house isn't going to work without the subscription. Yeah. Yeah, my card runs out in 29, right? Everybody's does. Either 29 or 30. There's a reason for that, right? That's when it's not going to turn back. Yeah. Fuck. Brian's Saturday night. I almost forget, right? Like, I was once young, and I'm like, it's Saturday. But now I feel like we're fed far too much information to ever be chill. And to ever just be like, right, let's go have fun, right? I mean, yeah. I'll have to write down a list of all the channels that I think are good channels, right? Because I can't regurgitate so much information that other people say. But some people do talk about it, right? Like the guy that talked about like how he knows that a famine's coming. And then he said, I don't know, like it's not just that food's getting more expensive, it's the fact that it's getting smaller too. That shows that they're running out of supply and stuff like that, right? They're getting our brains used to smaller amounts of shit. The fact that everybody at the Oscars looks malnourished. Everybody at the Oscars looked like a Tim Burton character. Yeah. But, I don't know. I think everybody just has to strive for a little bit of normal in their own home, right? And that's what you have to put first. Is, I don't know, we're all aware the NHS is crumbling, right? So you have to look at your own home and what you're doing to make sure that when it does finally fall, you've got a couple of plasters cutting about. I have tools in my home that I could pull my own tooth out. At this point, I kind of want to, right? Because I don't want to give some dentist all my money. Yeah, pretty soon if you get caught not recycling, it's going to be an automatic fine. Either that or judging by some of the state of the UK, I don't know, how many years do we still have bin men, right? Like how many years is it before the garbage truck just stops showing up and we have to sort of I don't know, like just pick a place and we'll be like, right over there is the new bin. Yeah. And don't tell your neighbours, right? Like, it's one thing for us to talk to each other about, like, yeah, get supplies and that, but you don't brag it to your neighbours. You sneak it in your door so that when it all kicks off, no one knows that shit's there, right? You don't keep your supplies in your kitchen. You keep your supplies where it looks like a pile of towels or some shit. Yeah. We could just go full prepper right now. Like, we could. Honestly, if the apocalypse kicked off, what direction are you going? Do you know how to start a fire? You know? Do you know how to keep warm when they actually turn their gas off? Or you could be one of the people that just don't pay their gas bill, right? Like, I don't understand how people on the internet can say that to us all the time. Like, just don't pay your bill, it's cool. And it's like, yeah, but then they come to your house to like turn it all off. And then you just, that's it. Like, how the fuck is that the option? But they always miss that out in their videos, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, we could venture our way down into the lights, right, and find all sorts of mad characters. Some people think I'm a character. In the daytime, I'm feeding birds and that. I do have monkey nuts in my pocket just in case. I don't know if you can see them. But about every jacket I own has monkey nuts and bird seeds. Fucking yeah. I would never walk through this park without a snack. There's times I do, and I actually feel like bad about it, you know? Because then I'm like, I don't have a snack and these crows know it's me, right? Like these trees and that, like they'll sit on it and shout on me. So then, I don't know, if I didn't have it then, yeah, I just feel shady. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like we're falling into a decline, right? Working Class Patriot put up a video and the lady was talking about graveyards and saying like, oh, they're making different rules about graves. And it is like a big deal, right? Like, people see things as if like, oh, just this lady's telling this story, and it's like, I seen 40 different churches, or I don't know, what do you call the house the church guy lives in, right? Like the Janisus. And those kind of houses, right? There's like 40 different ones, and they're all up for sale all over the country. And then the government gave Muslim people money to buy land so that they could build a graveyard for themselves somewhere. In a place that begins with a B. Yeah, I'm so honestly, Clive, like, I say good morning to people, I tell them I like their clothes. People like to tell me stories, right? Like, if I'm just like out and about in the day, people will interact with me and just, I don't know, just tell me random stories. Like one time, this old man, right, I could tell that he wanted me to like clap the dog, and I was waiting for my brother at the barber's, and then so I clapped the dog, said good morning and that, and then this old man said to me, this isn't my dog, you know, it's my neighbour's dog. And I'm like, right. And then he's like, but my neighbour got the jail last night. And then he said, he was telling me the story, you know, about like what his neighbour went to jail for and shit like this. It was so funny. Yeah. Oh, hey Jim Fog, hi. Fuck you, Carol. Yeah. Carol wrote other things, right? But YouTube's been holding it back because the words he's using aren't good. But, fuck it. You know? I think there's some people where that's just their mission, right? Like, I used to always tell my kid, be careful with your phone outside because someone woke up today and it's their job to try and steal your phone from you. And it's their job to try and take it, right? So, yeah. I do think about that when I'm outside. I don't really have anything worth stealing. And, yeah. I could make my phone spaz out if someone took it. Yeah. I need a mod, honestly. Nah, I don't know. Some people might not like me, right? But they don't understand how powerful I am. Like, so this was amazing, right? Like, this is so much fun to do. There was a guy, and then he came and ate a chat that I moderate on. And then I clicked on, because once you're a mod, you can like see who the person is. And then, so I clicked on their channel and all I could see was that they were Dutch. So then I started speaking to him in Dutch, right? And saying to him like, oh, fuck you, don't make fun of my friend. And then he was like, what the fuck? Like, how do you know? How do you know I'm Dutch? And then there was someone else in that chat that could speak Dutch as well, right? So then they started speaking Dutch. So I do like that, right? That if you're a moderator and someone's fucking around, you can go and see all their content and be like, fuck you, go play with your cat, Terry. Yeah. I don't know. I did look to see if you were on, Dave. I can't make... I don't know. I can't work StreamYard, right? And I'm too lazy to go and watch like 3 videos on YouTube about it. So I came outside just to, I don't know, have a wander, right? I don't know. When I was up the hill it's quieter, but this bit's not so quiet. This bit's like a little bit different. Out again here. Yeah. Just checking for the random whistling behind me and that. But yeah, I do think that's, I don't know, people need to get right, like, good with whatever their little god is. And then people need to stock up a bit. Yeah. And just get ready, right? Like, if you think that you're going to stop getting doctor's appointments, then you should have a little extra paracetamol in your house. You should already have that anyway, right? But I don't know. Yeah, antibiotics and that. Like, yeah, just like silly things, right? Like just a couple of bandages and I don't know. Still really have a first aid kit in the first place, but it is important to, I don't know. It's like having a good pair of shoes, right? Oh, you can't even see the chalk. I wonder how long till they ban chalk, right? If little kids in school aren't allowed to draw pictures of humans, how long till they can't draw chalk in the path on a sunny day because they drew a smiley face? And hey, all the men in the chat, do you know that having your knees out is haram and that in the summertime you just can't wear shorts? And you are just as evil as us women out here. And no offence, I do hope a few of them try and say something to some of yous about it because, yeah, girls are always one getting in trouble for their clothes now. Yeah. I mean, there's a weird thing though, right, Dave, where people say, oh, we should start a newspaper that's just about good news. Wouldn't that be amazing? And then they're like, yeah, no one's going to read that, right? Yeah. I also read cats can't walk on a Quran. And then this lady called Laurie showed me that her cat won't walk on her Bible. And then I seen a guy use a can of sardines to make his cat and his friend's cat walk on a Quran. He's like, these cats don't give a shit. So, I don't know. If anyone has a cat and a Quran around, you could test that out for yourself. A little experiment, you know. It's one way to spend a Saturday night. It's something to do, right? Yeah. Yeah. I don't even know a cat, right? Like, I don't even see a cat in my street somewhere, or even, I don't know. I know a couple of foxes though, right? Like, yeah. Mhm. Yeah, that's it, right? Like, I've got a Jehovah Bible and a snake. I don't know. Let's see what goes down. Yeah. Like, I own a toad and a copy of Eat, Pray, Love. Fucking that'll do it. So dumb. Oh. You guys are crazy. But yeah, I do think people, I don't know, right? Like, see if you have a balloon in your house, and I'm pretty sure everyone should just have like a random balloon around. I think that tomorrow, well, tonight, right, you just sellotape it to the roof, just one part of the house, and just spend the whole day waiting to see how long it takes the other people in the house to notice that it exists. It's not a crazy day out, right? It's not riding a roller coaster, but it's mildly amusing. Yeah. Hey, 11, someone said that pigeons don't have rights, right? Like, and all the animals that everyone protects, they're like, nah, fuck a pigeon. Which in Scotland is kind of true, right? They don't really care. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you know what time it is now? Huh. 10 o'clock. I think we all have to start having clocks that show like the time around the world for us, right? Because in the morning time, I go on a live and then there's a lot of American people on there, but then they're actually awake and it's like 3 o'clock in the morning and stuff like this, and yeah. So yeah, there's some crazy things like that, right, where we're actually talking to people all over the world sometimes, so it's hard to keep track of what day of the week it is. Good feathers. Nah. I didn't get to watch TV, and now I'm kind of glad, right? Like, all the things I know about Nickelodeon, Disney, just all of that. I'm so glad that I wasn't actually taking all of it in, because it's all weird and gross and perverted and, you know. Oh. Good night, Dave. I hope you sleep. And I don't know. That's it. That's all you're allowed to do. You just have to sleep. If anyone sees Dave later, tell him to go to sleep. The news never sleeps, right? So it means that the people who are trying to tell us about the news never sleep. And I think we're starting to see a few of them run on empty a little bit, you know? And then everyone lets like just random people come and talk to them. And that must be a lot, right? Like, just mentally. And then you're always just on edge because not everyone who's going to come and talk to you is just a normal person. I don't know. But yeah, the news never sleeps, right? Like, when we all try and go to bed in Britain, they're about to have a riot in LA and shit like this. And that's kind of nuts. Yeah. So yeah, I think everybody just has to, like, I don't know, grow some tomatoes or something, right? Do something that's like a little bit chill. Yeah. And then, I don't know, make sure when you're getting supplies, you get supplies of silly things, right? That you can keep so that even when it's a wartime, we still have, like, I don't know, you know, that we still do have a packet of balloons around and stuff like that. Or like some glitter. Yeah, for morale, right? Like, I don't know. It's like, I know you can't see, right? But just up this hill, there is like raspberry bushes, bramble bushes, this type of thing, right? And for generations, people would be glad to have like a little bit of sugar, right? Like, for your birthday, other people would give up their little bit of sugar just so that you could get some jam for your birthday and shit like this. Like, it was such a special thing, right? And now we just have like millions and millions of it. But it's going to go back to that, right? Where you're going to be so happy that you know where a bramble bush is. Yeah. Yeah, I think that keeping some pens and paper and stuff like that, you know. Or like even tonight, like, I mean it's dark, right? But I could see that kids have drew chalk on the path. Yeah. Yeah, we never used to have biscuits on tap and all that sort of stuff, right? Yeah. Yeah, I feel like we're kind of, like, I know times are shit, right? But we are still kind of spoiled. I think about that every time I go in a hot shower. That, like, 50 years ago and stuff, people never had that every day. You know? We just push a button, boop. Just turn on a tap and, oh. Yeah. So yeah, I think we should be grateful for what we have while we still have it, right? Like, these are the fucking glory days. Yeah. Yeah, you know, like, sugar was a treat. And then I see this farmer and his name is David Wheatley and he grows sugar. And then he said, you know, like, he gets stuck in this 2-year contract and he's still stuck in it even if the sugar doesn't grow because it rained too much or it didn't rain enough, or, you know, it's farming, it's hard. And sometimes he says, like, he would make more money just sitting on his ass. He's like, this cost me so much money. And yeah. And then Dave showed the video today where the farmer was like, they're basically paying me to say I won't let you eat this food. You know? No, he's not deaf. I did buy some apples off him that were pretty good. They are organic, but he couldn't say that because you have to give the government £1,000 to say that your apples are organic. Or, you know, your produce is organic. But the David Wheatley guy said he would send me sugar. You know, he'll send other people sugar if they want. He tells people about other farmers and the stuff that they grow, right? Where he's like, this is the guy to go to. Just buy it straight for him. He grew these potatoes, they're amazing. Yeah. But yeah, I always do happy little things. I think that we have to bring that back a little bit more for people, right? It's about to be cherry blossom time. That's pretty decent. I don't know. The sun is coming back, so that's wild. Yeah, they're destroying farmers. Like, from the couple of farmers I've seen try and speak about it, it's really not cool, eh? And so if we buy garlic in Britain, right, especially if it's already like pre-prepared, it comes from China. You know, most often it'll come from China. And then that's actually like prisoners in Chinese prisons that are peeling it off with their bare hand, right? And then their hands are wet all the time and stuff, so they start losing their fingernails and all this type of shit. Yeah, farmers have to fill in a lot of paperwork and I don't know. Like, sugar used to be like a great British thing, right? Like, we were so proud of it. And now we're forcing the man that is trying to grow it to suffer the fact that like it doesn't rain or it does rain too much, or you know, he's not allowed to grow anything else in the field if the crop fails. Like, yeah, it's a weird one. It's I don't know. It's alright, that guy wasn't carrying food. I'm gonna go indoors in a minute anyway. Yeah. Yeah, poor farmers, right? Like, they get 5 hours sleep, grinding every day. It doesn't matter the weather, they have to be in it. Like, they just have to be in it. Yeah. And when you see them talk about the maths on it, they've been working as slaves for a long time before any of us cottoned onto the fact. And not just in Britain, right? Across Europe. A lot of things I say, I'm talking about the whole of Europe, right?